It started like any other night drive. Nothing unusual. Nothing that should have stayed with me. The highway was empty, completely silent. No cars ahead, no headlights behind, just a long stretch of road, disappearing into darkness. I remember checking the time, 2:17 a.m. That moment felt normal, but looking back now, I think that was the last normal moment. There was something about that road, something I couldn't explain at first. It didn't feel dangerous. It didn't feel haunted. It just felt wrong. The streetlights above me flickered as I drove, one after another, each one turning off just after I passed beneath it. At first I ignored it, told myself it was just faulty wiring, just coincidence. But then I noticed something else. The road wasn't changing. No turns, no signs, no exits. It felt like I was driving forward, but not actually going anywhere. That's when I decided to turn on the radio, just to break the silence. At first, there was nothing, just static, loud, empty, endless static. I adjusted the volume, tried switching channels, still nothing. Then suddenly, a voice came through. Very faint, almost buried under the noise. It said, "Keep driving." I froze for a second, my hands tightening around the steering wheel. I looked around the car, checked the mirrors, looked at the empty road ahead. Nothing was there. I let out a nervous laugh, telling myself it was just interference, just a broken signal. But deep down, it didn't feel like that. I turned the radio off, hoping the silence would calm me down, and for a few seconds, it did. Everything felt normal again, until I heard something, a soft creaking sound. From the back seat, I stopped breathing. It wasn't loud, it wasn't sudden. It was slow, careful, like someone shifting their weight, trying not to be noticed. I kept my eyes on the road, not wanting to react, not wanting to believe it. But the feeling didn't go away. There was something behind me. I could feel it, not see it, not hear it clearly, but feel it. And then a thought came into my mind, out of nowhere, without warning. Don't look back. I don't know why I thought that, but it felt important, like a warning I wasn't supposed to ignore. But I did, slowly. I looked into the rearview mirror and saw nothing. The back seat was empty, completely empty. I let out a breath. I didn't realize I was holding. "You're imagining things," I said quietly to myself, trying to convince myself it wasn't real. To distract myself, I picked up my phone and started recording audio. I don't know why I did that. It just felt like the right thing to do. I placed the phone beside me and kept driving. Minutes passed, or maybe longer. Time didn't feel right anymore. The road still looked exactly the same. No turns, no signs, no cars, just darkness. Then suddenly, the radio turned on by itself. A sharp burst of static filled the car, then silence, then a whisper. He looked. My entire body went cold. I didn't move, I didn't breathe. Slowly, I looked into the mirror again. Still nothing. The seat was empty. My hands started shaking. I quickly picked up my phone, stopped the recording, and played it back. At first, there was nothing, just the sound of the engine, then my voice. "You're imagining things," exactly the way I said it. Same tone, same words. Then suddenly, another voice, same pitch, same pitch. Me. He looked. I dropped the phone. That wasn't possible. I was alone. I had always been alone. I quickly looked at the back seat again. Still empty. Completely empty. My heart was racing now. I picked up the phone again, hands shaking, and played the recording one more time. This time, there was something else, a faint whisper beneath the voices, so quiet, but clear enough. Too late, my chest tightened instantly, and at that exact moment, I heard it again. Not from the phone, not from the radio, but from right behind me too. Late. Something moved in the back seat. Not just a sound. Movement. Real movement. The seat shifted slightly. Slow. Deliberate. I stared at the mirror, unable to look away. And then, It began to move. The rearview mirror tilted on its own. Just a little, just enough. And for a brief moment, I saw it. Someone sitting behind me, perfectly still, watching me, smiling. The face didn't look human, too pale, too wide, too still, and then it disappeared. The mirror returned to normal, the back seat empty again, like nothing had ever been there. My breathing became uneven. The road ahead felt darker now, longer, endless, and that's when I realized something I wish I never understood. It wasn't there when I started driving, it came after. After I looked, after I checked, after I noticed it, a thought formed slowly in my mind. What if it only appears? When you become aware of it, I tightened my grip on the steering wheel. I didn't look again, didn't check the mirror, didn't turn around, but I could feel it, right behind me, sitting still, waiting, patient, like it knew something I didn't, like it knew I would look again. Eventually, the radio clicked softly, and a whisper followed, barely audible, but clear enough. Good, you noticed. My heart stopped. I stared straight ahead, too afraid to move, too afraid to breathe. The highway stretched endlessly into the dark, and in that moment, I understood one thing. I was not driving alone anymore, and whatever was behind me wasn't going to leave, not now, not after I looked. I didn't look back again, not after what I saw, not after what I heard. I kept my eyes on the road, focused, steady, forward, but something had already changed. I could feel it. Not around me. Inside me, the car was still moving, the highway still empty, the darkness still endless, but it didn't feel the same anymore. It felt closer now, not behind me, not completely, closer than that. I checked the time again, 2:17 a.m. It hadn't changed. My chest tightened. I had been driving for too long, far too long for time to stay still. Something wasn't right. I reached for my phone, hands slightly shaking. The GPS turned on, the screen flickered once, then loaded a route, but it wasn't mine. I never entered a destination. Yet there it was, a straight line, going forward. No turns, no end, just forward. I stared at it, trying to understand. Then something new appeared. A label at the end of the line. Arrival. Arrival where? There was nothing ahead, nothing at all. The road hadn't changed. Still empty, still silent. Then the radio turned on again. No static this time, just a voice, calm, clear, familiar, mine. You're almost there. My grip tightened instantly. Almost where? I never told it anything. I never said where I was going. The voice continued, soft, controlled, certain. You've been driving me the whole time. A cold wave ran through my body. No, that's not possible. I'm alone. I've always been alone. A pause, then a quiet response. Are you? The air inside the car felt heavier, harder to breathe. Something shifted behind me. Slow movement, careful, like it was leaning forward, getting closer. I clenched my jaw. Don't look, no matter what happens. Don't look. Then suddenly my phone screen lit up. The front camera turned on by itself. I didn't touch it, I didn't move, but it was on. I tried to ignore it, but I saw something. Movement on the screen. Behind me. My eyes shifted, just for a second, and that was enough. My heart stopped. On the screen, I saw the back seat, and someone sitting there, perfectly still, looking straight at me. It was me. Same face, same eyes, but something was wrong. The expression, the stillness, the smile, too wide, too perfect. The eyes didn't blink. They just stared, watching me, waiting. I dropped the phone instantly. My breathing became uneven. That's not me. That's not me. The voice came again, closer this time, right beside my ear. Calm, almost amused. You looked again. I shut my eyes tightly. No, I didn't. I didn't turn around. A soft chuckle followed. You don't have to turn anymore. My blood ran cold, slowly. Very slowly, I felt something. Right behind my seat, leaning forward, so close now I could feel its presence, its breath, cold, steady, right against my neck. I couldn't move. I couldn't react. Then it spoke again, not from the radio, not from the back seat, but from right beside me. You're almost in the back seat now. My hand started shaking uncontrollably. What does that mean? What does that mean? The car continued moving, the road still endless, but something felt different. My body, my position, it felt wrong, like I wasn't sitting the same way anymore. Like something had shifted. Without me noticing, I glanced down. Just for a second and my stomach dropped. My hands, they didn't feel like mine. The grip, the angle. Everything felt off, like I was watching someone else control them. Then the voice whispered one last time, soft, certain next time, you won't be driving. Silence filled the car. The road stretched forward. But something had already changed. Something I couldn't undo. I didn't feel in control anymore. Not fully, not completely. And deep down I understood something. Every time I noticed it, every time I reacted, it got closer. Not just in the car, but inside me, taking space, replacing me, slowly, piece by piece, until there was nothing left. The radio clicked one last time, and a whisper followed, barely audible, but clear enough. Almost done. My heart sank. I stared at the road, but for the first time, it didn't feel like I was the one driving. Next time, I won't look at anything, not the mirror, not the screen, nothing. Right.